It's not loud enough? Okay, is this better? Okay. Merci Peter. Donc, premièrement, avant de commencer à présenter les candidats ici, je dois vous dire que malheureusement, Mme Anna Guény du Parti libéral a dû s'excuser pour des questions d'urgence familiale. Elle nous a envoyé des vidéos. Il y a aussi d'autres candidats qui se sont pour reprendre le livre pour des raisons hors de leur contrôle. M. Hatzli du Parti Rhinocéros, M. Grafkin du Parti conservateur et Mme Hoffman du Parti marxiste féministe. Donc la soirée se déroulera ainsi. Chaque candidat disposera de 2 minutes pour les déclarations d'ouverture. Ils répondront ensuite à 2 questions de la communauté qui leur ont été préalablement soumises. La première sur la question du logement, la seconde sur l'immigration. Les questions du public seront tirées au sort et vous serez invités à les poser au micro dans la langue de votre choix en désignant 1 ou 2 candidats au maximum à qui la question s'adresse. Chaque candidat disposera d'1 minute pour répondre à ces questions. Les remarques finales des candidats qui sont présents seront aussi présentées avec un délai de 2 minutes chacun. Donc, ici, nous tenons à vous avertir qu'aucun langage ou comportement inapproprié ne sera toléré. Et pour ceux qui ont des questions sur le processus électoral, Élection Canada a une table ici, puis Mme Anna sera là en avant pour répondre à vos questions. Je cède la parole à mon passeur pour la version en anglais.
Good evening, everyone. So, this evening we are celebrating the democracy. Thank you for participating with us tonight. In the effort of the better informing the residents of the neighborhood, the NDG Community Council takes its responsibility to organize meetings with the candidates at all levels of the government during each election. We have been doing these meetings for many decades. Tonight, we are pleased to welcome candidates for federal elections to be held on April 28th. We thank the candidates who came to answer your questions this evening. Unfortunately, Ms. Anna Guény from the Labour Party was unable to join us for an emergency family visit. She sent a video which we will present shortly. Ms. Hasley from the Reno Party also, and Mr. Grafkin from the Conservative Party, Ms. Hoffman from the Marxist Feminist Party were unable to attend for personal reasons as well. This evening, each candidate will have 2 minutes for opening statements. They will also answer 2 questions from the community that were previously submitted to them. The first of the housing issue, and the second is on the immigration issue. Questions from the audience will be in the language of your choice. And you will be invited to ask a question in the language of your choice, designating 1 or 2 maximum of the candidates to answer. Each candidate will have 1 minute to answer your questions. And finally, candidates will present their closing statements. I would like to remind you that no inappropriate language will be, or behavior will be tolerated in this event. Closure of the event will be at the end, and will be closing the event. Thank you.
Just a reminder in the English language that if you have any questions regarding the election process, that you can go to the Election Canada table at the front here. Ms. Hannah will be responding to it, helping you. Thank you. Donc maintenant, nous commençons avec la présentation de chacun des candidats. Le déroulement se fait à partir du Parti vert jusqu'au NDG, et puis ensuite, dans la conclusion, ça va être à l'inverse. On va commencer avec de droite à gauche. D'accord? Donc, on va commencer avec
Chrissy, thank you so much everyone for coming out tonight. It's really great to see a big crowd for this crucial part of the democratic process. My name is Arnold Downey. I am the Green Party candidate for here in NDG-Westmount. A little about myself, I am a scientist. I've worked as an environmental chemist for 10 years. And in particular, I'm an atmospheric chemist, and this is of course the main reason I'm with the Green Party of Canada. They seem to be the main party that references material from the IPCC and the party that reads material from the International Panel on Climate Change as much as I do in my studies. My priorities this election, firstly, are addressing climate change like the serious issue that it is. I see it as an opportunity to transform our economy at the same time and bring it into the 21st century. There's a lot we can do in terms of our transportation system and the way that we create energy to make us a more robust, resilient nation. Especially to probably the second main priority that I have this election is addressing the situation with the United States. We need a Clean Canada response to securing our resources, establishing better trade ties with other allies around the world, as well as breaking down trade barriers here within Canada. This has been a great priority for a long time, in fact. And this will allow us to become, again, a much more robust and resilient nation in the face of these threats and become more sort of self-reliant and probably much more prosperous at the same time. And then finally, affordability in terms of housing and in terms of essentials for folks is becoming a really major issue, and there's a lot of levers that we can pull with the federal government to alleviate these. So these are my top priorities this election. I'm looking forward to hearing what everyone else is thinking this time. Thank you.
Trainman, yes. Sorry.
Hello, NDG. Bonjour, bonsoir. I'm your neighbor. I live in the community. I'm a general contractor, and I was raised in this community with the Canadian dream, the dream of tolerance, multiculturalism, and openness. And this is being lost in our country. And our community, the communities, the autochtone minority communities in Montreal, have effectively been abandoned by Ottawa. Every time we have an election in the province of Quebec, it's a race to win the nationalist vote, and we get forgotten in that process. And this is the main reason I decided to run in this election, is to advance these issues. That's why my campaign, Bonjour High, is a message of peace. It's also a message that beckons back to the original principles in which this country was founded on, multiculturalism. We are now entering a phase in our nation's history where there is an asymmetrical idea, premise being accepted and being adopted about Quebec's place in Canada. A different set of rules will apply here. The Constitution will not apply here. Our provincial government will invoke the notwithstanding clause. And what's happening to our community? Look at us, our beautiful community. We're a great community that has a culture, a unique culture of its own. We're being marginalized and we're being squeezed. It's a constant squeeze that's been going on. If you vote for me, I get my legitimacy from nobody else from you, not a party. I will be your voice, pushing issues of the community, dealing with housing issues, social issues, immigration issues. So I ask all of you to seriously consider voting for me and think of the message that will send to our elected representatives. Not just the elected representatives at the federal level, but at the provincial, municipal as well, who've been completely and totally silent on this issue. So yes, please look past the transplant persona, which I use as a vehicle to get your attention. I do have something important to say. Thank you for your time.
What party are you?
Independent man.
Monsieur Marc Perez de People's Party of Canada.
I'm going to sit down. I heard there was a lot of reverberation, so I'm going to sit down so that it doesn't bother you. So, bonjour, hi, salam alaikum. Thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Marc Perez. I decided to run for the PPC to give the PPC a voice. I decided to run for them because they were not allowed to be in the debate because of the debate commission had set some rules that the party needed 90% candidates and they needed to have over 4% of the last election to be present at the upcoming debates. Unfortunately, they changed their rules to 5%, which basically kicked out the PPC. They had raised 4.96% in the last election, which means that they were excluded for 0.04%. So as a paper candidate, my objective was to basically get the signatures to give people a voice so that they could vote for their preferred party and to give an opportunity for the PPC to be on stage. While I was collecting my signatures, a lot of people were talking to me about what worries them about Canada, the direction that Canada is going. You may have heard my name before in the news because I am very involved at the provincial level and at the municipal level. I, with a great team, have launched a lawsuit against Bill 96, which I was able to raise the money enough to start the lawsuit and the process. So I want to give the community a voice, and I believe that everybody's voice should be heard, and it's really up to you to decide on if our platform matches what you need, and if it doesn't, then I want to be your spokesperson to the party to tell them what you really think. And that's one of the great things that I like about Maxime Bernier. He told me, whatever your people want, you tell us, and we'll work.
Merci. Et maintenant, c'est au tour de Félix-Antoine Gros du Bloc québécois. Et j'aimerais juste rappeler nos candidats. Ce serait vraiment apprécié si vous pouviez faire un effort en français pour les personnes qui sont dans la salle. D'accord? Merci.
Bonjour tout le monde, je vais rester assis aussi, une question de protéger un peu le micro. Je m'appelle Félix-Antoine, j'ai grandi ici, je suis né dans le Club de Grâce. Ça a toujours été ma maison, ce quartier-ci. Et c'est un quartier qui a beaucoup changé et malheureusement qui souffre, comme plusieurs autres, de la distorsion électorale et de la surreprésentation par des candidats qui malheureusement n'ont pas toujours les intérêts de la communauté à cœur. Je me présente pour le Bloc québécois parce que j'estime que dans la situation actuelle, le Bloc a tout avantage à exister puis à porter la voix des Québécois, une voix forte, une voix qui pourra s'assurer que nos intérêts ne sont pas outrepassés, que nos intérêts, nos particularités ne sont pas sacrifiés au profit de l'industrie pétrolière de l'Alberta, au profit de l'industrie automobile de l'Ontario, par exemple. Mes priorités de cette élection, pour n'en nommer que 3. Tout d'abord, la justice sociale. Je milite à Québec solidaire au provincial, je m'assume comme progressiste, et pour moi, c'est important de porter cette voix, cet appel à la justice à l'Assemblée nationale et au Parlement à Ottawa. C'est particulièrement la question du logement qui m'importe, la question de l'abordabilité. Je veux aussi m'assurer que tout le monde puisse avoir de quoi se loger, de quoi mettre la nourriture sur sa table. Trump ou pas, en ce moment, c'est ma priorité. Sinon, le Bloc québécois refusera toute tentative d'outrepasser la volonté des Québécois en termes environnementaux. Et finalement, le Bloc va être là pour porter votre voix, pour s'assurer que vous êtes représentés. Que ce soit moi ou un autre candidat, je vous encourage fortement à nous écouter. Merci.
D'accord, est-ce que vous m'entendez comme il faut? Alors, mon nom c'est Malcolm Lewis-Richemont. Je suis votre candidat NPD pour cette élection-ci. Et je me présente, j'ai grandi à NDG et j'y habite encore. J'ai été très impliqué dans le milieu communautaire où, avec mes pères, on a commencé un organisme à but non lucratif, Youth for Youth, pour défendre les enjeux des jeunes dans la communauté du Québec. And I have my undergrad in linguistics, and I'm someone that's going to fight for the community and put the community's needs first. And my campaign has been very centered around talking to folks here about what everyone needs in the NDG to respond to all the different issues. The cost of living crisis is an issue that I hear about day in, day out. And in this election, you have an important choice because this riding has often gone one way, usually left of center. And so I'm encouraging folks to really vote your conscience in this election. Vote for who is going to be the best representative for you. You saw when we have the NDP in Parliament, we were able to really hold the government to account and fight for important issues. And I know grocery prices is one big issue, but we do have a maxi now, and groceries can be found a little bit cheaper over there. But we have a government that will ensure that grocery prices can be kept at a reasonable level. And we also want health care that people need, like pharmacare and dental care. And I'm the kind of candidate, and if I'm elected, I'm the MP that will fight to expand the healthcare system to protect everyone's daily needs. We don't want a polarized parliament in this election either. It's dangerous to give one party too much of the power. And so I'm asking folks to consider me, and we'll get into all the details about the platform for the multiple crises like housing, healthcare, and the economic crisis with the Americans.
Merci beaucoup, Malcolm. Maintenant, on est à la période des questions spécifiques qui ont donné. Oh non, excusez-moi, je vous dis, oui. Annie va